Hello, YouTube. This is a coffee review of LavAzza Espresso Italiano. There we are. According to the can, ground coffee. Gives their history. Roasted. Medium. Suggested storage. Italy. Italia. Product of Italy. Nothing really pertinent, it seems. 100% Arabica. Espresso. Now, you're probably wondering what exactly makes an espresso versus other styles of. And one of the main things is the contact time and efficiency of contact of the hot water onto the ground beans. So you'll notice when it comes to a lot of other coffees, ground coffees, they're kind of a coarse ground, where this is like a powder almost. Very, very, I won't be able to see it at all, but very, very, very fine. Tin note, heavy, almost an oily. Some fruits in there, not much. A lot of earthiness, a lot, of course, ground beanness in there. But yeah, it's how fine the grind is means how much contact, surface contact, that piece of ground flake bean is in touch with the hot water. And then there's also a matter of how fast the hot water hits it and keeps going. A lot of little factors involved that more than what you would think it is. I think espresso just simply means how they roasted it, or preparation of the bean itself, or the style of bean, the species of it. And it's not. It's actually much more towards the lines of the grind, how long it is in contact, temperature of the water, a lot of outside factors. Quite surprising. All right. A little past the customary 5 minutes. Turn. And bang. All right. It is actually a much lighter than I expected. And I got a pretty good light shining down on me. I'm in the base, or I'm in the belly of the tower. So, in case you guys are wondering why it's not outside, it's just time-wise. So, looking at the artificial sun has given me, it is a light brown, a chocolate brown. You guys are pretty much getting the same view I am. And I expect it to be much darker all the way through, but boy, it lines up real fast towards the top. Now, if we look at the bottom corners, sometimes it'll be a red, sometimes a yellow hue, but this is the same brown all the way through. A nice, light chocolate brown. The nose is reminiscent of what we get out of the tin. Very earthy. Kind of a fruit in there someplace. Stone fruit. Nothing, no real brightness to it. All in all, pleasant and short-lived. And then we get brightness. Lots of brightness. A lot of bitter. But oddly, short hang time. Now, bitter fills the mouth quite well. Well, if you want to call bittering well on anything with bitter. If you're a fan of bitter, you'll like it. I'm mediocre on it, so it's all right. I like the fact that it's got a short hang time, which means by the time you sip it, by the time you swallow and everything else, the lagging taste isn't there for very long, encouraging you to take another sip. I've had much stronger coffees than this as an espresso. I'm surprised at how on the weak side it is, but espresso has a nasty reputation of being bitter and sharp and overly strong, just too strong. This does not. And that brightness fades out with every sip. And that brightness, to those who may not know, it's a very acidy type of flavor. If you're a member of Gen X and older, think of it as taking a battery, putting it on your tongue. That would be bright. Similar to that. And it all starts to fade out. Till now, it's pretty much it's a nice hot cup of coffee. Now, add something to it, say your creams or your sugars or anything else into it, hazelnut, other kind of flavors, it goes well with. I myself love taking hot cocoa and just a small dash of it in, and it plays well with that. I don't normally add any kind of creamer in my coffees. Of late, I had the opportunity with this in particular, and it goes very well. So whatever you want to add to it, expect it to blend well. By itself, it's a little harsh, but it is an espresso. And a little harsh means it's on the weak side compared to other espressos. All in all, it's full-bodied, though short-lived, which is surprising. You expect a full body to last much longer. It's nice. This would be a very, I don't know when this would be a good cup of coffee for. Because if you want to have it in wintertime, want something that stays, it doesn't stay, but it's got plenty of body. It's got too much body for summertime, but it's got that short staying power that you would expect, or something you would want in a nice summer coffee. It's lost amongst the seasons. So I guess you could say it's an all season then, because it doesn't quite fit any season, if that makes any sense. Try it. See what you think. This is LavAzza. Yeah, LavAzza. Italian Espresso Italiano. There you are. See what you think. Just be warned about that type of fine grain. The different devices I have here to make coffees, such a fine grain tends to screw them up, gets into the filters, and makes a mess. So be warned on that end. But other than that, give it a try. See what you think. Any comments down below. Warmly accepted as always. Or better, go out, buy it, try it with the rest of us in the YouTube coffee community. Know your thoughts and if whether it's worth the price. From what I understand, it's relatively inexpensive. This was given to me as a gift, cheap gift, but a gift nonetheless, and that's all will be taken. It was the thought, and that's what counts, literally. So, yeah, I sure, like I said, inexpensive from what I hear. Give it a try, see what you think. And like I said, it seems to be a coffee lost amongst the seasons of when is a good time for it. I could be wrong. Let me know what you think. Until next time, keep on drinking.